What's up, you guys? Nicolo Maserati here. Today I want to talk about something that I consider extremely important. But before we get into it, let's run that intro. Alright guys, we're kind of switching it up a little bit. A lot of my other videos are like tutorials and stuff like that, but I kind of wanted to switch it up and kind of just kind of break it down a little bit. One of the things that I've really struggled with is looking at other people's work and comparing that to my own. That I've looked up to, people like Peter McKinnon, Sam Colder, Matty Harpose. He's a great filmmaker, the Travel Feels guy. So anyway, I've always looked at their stuff and I've always really admired their skills in filmmaking. I've always kind of wanted to emulate that, and I wanted to be that good. And I remember I would look at my stuff and I would just look at it and I would just be like, wow, how am I ever going to get to that point? How am I ever going to get to the point that I'm as good as these guys? There's no way I can do it. I don't have the money to be able to afford the cameras that they have or to go to the places that they've been. One of the things that I've come to realize, those guys haven't always been that good. They had to start somewhere. And I guarantee you, when they first started, their stuff sucked. But it sucks because they never really talk about how they got started and how bad they were at the beginning. All you see is how great they are and how skilled they are. But in reality, just like anyone else, they all had to start somewhere. They all had to learn what ISO, aperture, and shutter speed were. They didn't know, they weren't born with this knowledge and these skills. And so one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to show you guys kind of what my work looked like when I first started. When I first got interested in filmmaking, I was super excited about it. I thought I was really good, but I look back on it now and I realize I'm not that good. So I'm going to play that clip for you guys. This is when I first started getting into filmmaking. And so I want you guys to check it out, and I want you guys to see where I was when I first started. So check it out. Right? I know. I'm sure some of you guys are like looking at that and being like, oh my gosh, I am not even close to being that bad. I literally knew nothing when I first started. I put my camera on auto. When I slowed it down to 50%, even though I filmed it at 23.97 frames per second, which is 24 frames per second. So when you slow that down to half speed, you're at about 12 frames per second. I didn't understand how frame rates worked. I didn't understand that when you slow that down to 50%, it gives you 12 frames per second. All I knew is that the filmmaker that I loved and that I admired were doing awesome, creamy, smooth, slow motion, and so I wanted to do that. So since then, I'm doing everything that I can do to get better at filmmaking because that's what I want to do. So I'm going to show you guys a sequence that I put together from when I was with my brother in San Francisco and we went and checked out a couple coffee shops, and this was taken more recently. I think this was like 2 months ago. So let's check that out. In comparison to the first video that I showed you guys, this video is a million times better. The reason I wanted to make this video for you guys is to encourage you that even though you feel like your films may not be that great right now, you will improve over time. And even with that video that I put together with the sequence of my brother and I'm still learning. I guess the point of this video is to encourage you and inspire you to go out there and continue to work. I guarantee you that if you were to walk up to Peter McKinnon today and say, hey Pete, have you stopped learning? Peter McKinnon would be like, hell no, I am constantly learning. I'm gonna learn until the day that I die. In fact, if you go and look at some of Peter McKinnon's earlier YouTube videos and the B-roll that he did back then in comparison to the stuff he's doing today, you can tell a huge difference. So even in that small amount of time that Peter McKinnon's been on YouTube, he's improved. Really what I'm trying to say is stop comparing yourself to other filmmakers. You're not them. So even though you're not where you want to be right now, focus on the journey. Focus on where you're going and where you want to be. Take every single day to learn and get better at what you're passionate about. By the way, I didn't mean to get all like Tony Robbins, like inspirational on you, but this is something that I feel really strongly about. So anyways, I'm going to end this video here, but I did want to make the video to hopefully encourage some people to get out and not be discouraged by the other filmmakers and photographers and creators that they're seeing. So if you guys enjoyed this video and maybe it encouraged you a little bit, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.